It is the Defiant Ones. We're here at Washington Hall, historic Washington Hall, with the baddest motherfucker in professional wrestling, the Pacific Northwest heavyweight wrestling champion, SCHAFF. On the way up here, SCHAFF was telling me him and his girlfriend got tickets to see a band that is controversial to some, but to him, he's all in. And they came back. What'd you get tickets to, man?
Oh, Creed, bro. Creed. We're going to see Creed, Three Doors Down, Finger 11. I'm hoping they play Kane's theme song. I'll lose my damn mind if they play that, man. I'll lose my mind. But yeah, that's where we're going.
Nickelback is back too, man.
I saw Nickelback. They came, played in Tennessee at UT. So me and her also went and saw Nickelback. It was sick. Brantley Gilbert was there. I wasn't a Brantley Gilbert fan. I am now. Okay. So yeah, that was great.
Are you a country guy? Do you like country music? Because it seems that it's like on the rise of like, I mean, there's obviously, I mean, that Tracy Chapman song, Fast Car, they just did at the Grammys, you know, with, what's his name? Luke Combs. Seems like country's on the way up, man. You a country guy?
Oh yeah, big time. I like country music a lot. It's really funny because I have such a weird, I just like good music. I tell people all the time. I like good music. You want me to hold this so you're not like stretching your shoulder out? We'll just pass it back and forth. But yeah, so I like anything, man. I like country music. I like metal. I like rock. I like dad rock. I'll listen to some rap, some hip hop, R&B, pop. I like pop music too, man. I got a Carly Rae Jepsen song on my workout playlist. That "Run Away with Me" song. That intro just hits, man. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry, but I just tell people, I was like, my music taste is I just like good music. So, but yeah.
So you were also mentioning you'd like to start a podcast or some sort of, you know, content creation podcast. What are your ideas, man?
I mean, obviously, like something for me that I like. I got a few ideas, man. I like self-help stuff. Anything that's like, hey, you know, anything that's going to help motivate you. Like wrestling, man, for me is like one of the biggest self-help things in my life. You know, I'm just a dude. At the end of the day, I'm just a dude who lives in a tiny house I built with my girl, my 2 dogs, and my cat. And I'm just a guy. And for me, when I get to come here, I get to live. I'm not just working a 9 to 5 anymore. I'm not just like, you know, slumming it away at a plant, building trailers, or, you know, whatever I'm doing that month. Like I get to feel alive, and it's thanks to the fans. It's thanks to the people. And so, yeah, I mean, thank you guys watching. Thank everybody that's here at Washington Hall. But yeah, man, like that kind of stuff. So any kind of like self-help stuff, or I'm gonna be honest, I got a lot of opinions on food.
Okay.
I got a lot of opinions on food.
Tell us.
And we could, no, this is where me and you're going to have a conversation. So give me your top 3 Taco Bell menu items.
Ooh, man, I like chalupas. I love chalupas. Okay. I usually get them with beans instead of beef. I like chalupas, a 7-layer burrito, and then Doritos Tacos Locos.
Okay. I can get that, but you know, like that. This is the thing, man. I can argue these all day because the Doritos Locos Taco's good, right? But it's only good if you put it in the cheesy gordita crunch, right? Changes the game, right? Or also you could, you could argue that they're not as good now that they got the ranch instead of the Baja sauce. I get it. I understand. But that's like, without a doubt, number 1 Taco Bell menu item. Number 2 for me personally, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to include this Baja Blast Zero, right? Baja Blast Zero, fire beverage. And then also I'd say, you know, this one, I probably right now, steak grilled cheese burrito. Okay. So, you know, I got opinions on these things, man. So, like, I like arguing about food. There's a podcast out there. I've seen some wrestlers on it. I'm a little mad that some other wrestlers were on it, and I was never invited because I'm a major fan of Taste Buds. It's Sal Vulcano and Joe DeRosa. Phenomenal. I started watching that during the pandemic, and I mean, I've got so many opinions on that thing. And watching those two dudes argue is one of the funniest things ever. And 99% of the time, like, the one of them's just way wrong. And I'll also argue the weirdest stuff. But me and my buddy, man, we'll hop on the game. We'll just play the game, and we'll just sit there and we'll just riff about food. That's all we talk about. I don't know why, but my buddy, man, we and him get together. That's all we do. Is we just shoot the shit on food.
So when you're on the road, and this is a question that another awesome podcast called Hard Lore, they have this question where they ask, if you're on a freeway and you see a bunch of signs, like what's going to make you stop? What's going to make you take that exit to actually go to when you're on a tight schedule? You're like, I'm going.
I mean, Taco Bell is always on the list. I mean, I just argued about it was the first thing I brought up. So obviously Taco Bell. But I think McDonald's is highly disrespected in the fast food game. Highly disrespected. It's always consistent every time you go to McDonald's.
What's your McDonald's order?
I mean, I don't know if I want to admit this.
Come on.
But I would say a double quarter pounder with cheese, no onions, and a 20-piece McNugget. I don't get fries because I just consider the McNuggets protein fries. So so I'll get a 20-piece McNugget, and if it's a long drive and I'm driving, Diet Coke, no ice. Okay. I always go no ice. Always go no ice. Don't ever get ice in your beverages. The machines are cold. They're scamming you people. All right, I'm telling you, they're scamming you.
You like Diet Coke better than Coke Zero?
Oh yeah, for sure, okay. For sure. But Diet Mountain Dew is good. I like Diet Mountain Dew better than I like Mountain Dew Zero, but I like Baja Blast Zero. So, but they don't do a diet.
What are your thoughts on Arby's?
Pro Arby's, very pro Arby's. Arby's is amazing, very pro Arby's. They used to do this thing called the crispy onion mighty minis. They were like a slider, and they did roast beef with an au jus mayo and some crispy onions on top. Bomb. When I was in the Navy, they knew me by name at the Arby's. Wow. They knew at the Oak Harbor Arby's. Shout out Oak Harbor Arby's. But I used to go there every time, man. And I knew exactly how much it would be for three of them because I get 3 of them every single time I went there, and it was like $11.70 or some shit like that. But oh man, I went there so much. It was crazy.
Okay, fast seafood. Are you cool with fast seafood?
No, I can't get on.
Like Long John Skippers?
I don't get on Long Johns. Me and my buddy were talking about it. We were like, maybe we should just make a bro trip and just go, but we haven't gone there yet. No, I don't do their Captain D's.
I don't know Captain D's. That's in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, that must be a southern thing, the Captain D's. But yeah,
do you guys have Cookout?
Oh God, yeah, we got Cookout. Yeah, okay. yeah. Cookout's great too. Yeah, I usually get like 2 trays.
What's on your trays?
Oh, I'll do. Man, you're firing these questions off. I'll do the big double burger, lettuce, tomatoes, mayonnaise, ketchup, or not ketchup, cheese, bacon. And then you got to get the quesadilla. You got to get the honey mustard wrap. And then if you want to get another order, you get yourself a walking taco, some fries, and then, I don't know.
Corn dog?
You could throw a corn dog in there. I respect a corn dog for sure. There's that dude on YouTube that does all the fair food reviews. You ever seen that guy? I forget what his name is, but it's pretty sweet. He did Washington State not that long ago. Nice. There's some crazy stuff.
The fried foods are ridiculous. Yeah.
It's so good.
Damn, dude. Okay, so when I talked with you during the pandemic, you were living in a bus. Are you still living in the bus?
Yes, and the occupants of the bus is growing. Obviously it was me and my dogs. I recently met a lady. She moved in. So now it's me, her, and my 2 dogs. And then for Christmas, I thought it was a great idea to buy her a cat. So I bought her a cat. I bought her a hairless cat. So weird.
Was she impressed by the bus?
Oh yeah, she likes it. Yeah, she likes it. I don't think she cares where she lives, man. She's a super nice girl. She's too nice.
That's cool.
Too nice.
And she's into the same similar music as you?
Oh yeah, but she's got some trash music taste though. She likes that 1975. If there's girls, I know there's probably no girls watching this, but they're probably gonna be, oh my god, 1975. But they got some rabid fans, man. Yeah, she loves them. But yeah, for the most part, she listens to anything. I remember when I was first talking to her, she was sending me music she was working out to. It was Meshuggah and Spirit Box and a bunch of stuff I like to listen to. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't know she was chill like that. Yeah. So yeah, it was very cool.
So a couple of years back now, maybe a year or so ago, I was at AEW in Seattle, and there was a dark match. I got to see you wrestle against Brian Cage. That was badass. Tell me about that experience, man.
Oh man, surreal. I think that's That's probably what I would say to describe that. It was a very, very surreal experience going out there, and just, I mean, enhancement talent, if that's what you want to call it. Nobody knew. Seattle knew. Nobody in the office of AEW knew. I think they were back there like, wait, la 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 la, because they didn't hear any of that crowd. I don't know how the hell they didn't hear that, because I think everybody did, but that's neither here nor there.
That was cool. I mean, what a matchup though. You versus Brian Cage, man. They picked a good one for that one.
Yeah, we that's something we were always talking about doing here at Defy. It never ended up working out. So I'm very jazzed it got to work out like that. But I mean, if Brian Cage wants to come back, he can get it in Defy. I don't care. I don't care at all. I'd love to run that back again, because that was a hell of a match and an awesome opportunity to get to do that in Seattle of all places. Where these people just like, I don't know, they just give me everything. And I like I said, when I started this, I was like, I just appreciate it so much.
Do you get to wrestle much back home?
Oh yeah. I've been doing some stuff in Tennessee lately. Next Gen Wrestling. I've been working for them quite a bit. Obviously, I'm still in Chicago doing stuff in Chicago, and picked up a couple of things, other shows that are up and down the Midwest. I'm starting to do this year, so very cool. And then all the fun stuff Defy's got planned for this year, which is, for some rumors that are sounding crazy.
So obviously today, and I was just talking with Big Damo a few minutes ago, and he kind of broke down how important and integral this is, that Progress and Defy are partnering together and merging. Do you hope to go over and wrestle for Progress?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was part of that tour we did over in the UK. So I got to go over there and knock something off my bucket list, go internationally, over the waters, and get to do this all because of all you guys. So thank you again for the 10th time. But yeah, I mean, obviously, yes, that's what I want to do. Whatever opportunities come my way, I'm not somebody who turns them down. When somebody gives me an opportunity, I take it and I make the most of it every single time. It doesn't matter whether it's for GCW, Wrestling Blake Christian, or it's AEW going out there against Brian Cage. I mean, it doesn't matter. I will take the opportunity and I will make it everything it needs to be. So if I get an opportunity to go back over there, you better believe I'm going to show up and I'm going to do my thing.
So this is, when we're talking right now, and this will date the interview, but this is the 7-year anniversary of Defy. You've been in Defy since the first year at least, right?
Yeah, before year one. I was here. I wrestled Dave Turner on the first ever anniversary show. Me and Dave wrestled. And before that, I think I did 2 shows. The small show downstairs, I did that one, and then I did my debut on the 9th. Defy 9 is what they called it. It was like the 9th ever Defy show. I wrestled that. That was me and Clark. Who, again, his boy, Gabe Kidd, got a hell of a lot to say. But hey, look how pretty this looks, Gabe Kidd. Why don't you bring that beat one over, and I'll whoop your ass for both of them. I don't give a damn. Keep running around saying you beat me. You stole it. You didn't beat nothing. So
what does it mean to you, man, to see Defy still going strong, get bigger than ever, these historic, partnerships? What's that mean to you to really be someone who's been here since the beginning and now seeing how Defy has just been killing it?
I mean, it's cool. It's really cool. It's cool to be a part of this. It's cool to go to all these places and people, that's just, I don't want to sound weird, but everybody always just comes on, oh man, Defy's crazy. That's crazy. Every locker room you go in, like, people will say something about Defy. I mean, it never fails. Every time I go into a different locker room, somebody's got something to tell me about Defy wrestling. So
that's awesome.
It's all over the country, man. It doesn't matter where I'm at. Somebody's got something to tell me about it. So it's very cool. It's cool to be linked with that and intertwined with that, and for that to be a part of who I am, something that
as
is
a Defy original.
Yeah.
There were the ECW originals. You're a Defy original, dude.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool to say about it. Yeah, I think one day, I do believe this. I think you could do a hell of like a docu-series or a mini like series or something like that on Defy wrestling. I think they could do something amazing like that, like with like the ECW stuff. I really do think they could do a killer one about stuff like this. So
That's awesome, man. Well, we're stoked to see you continue on. Thank you for always coming back and remembering us, man. You've moved over to the South, but this is like your second home, man.
Yeah, it really is, man. When I come out and everybody announces, SCHAFF, I always tell them, I'm like, I've lived all over this country. I was born in Pennsylvania. I've lived in South Carolina, Tennessee. But my entire adult life was in the Pacific Northwest. I was in the military. I stayed after I got out. I lived in Oak Harbor on Whidbey Island, Anacortes. I lived in that area for 10 years. 10 years of my adult life, was spent up here. So if anybody ever asked me, where is SCHAFF from? Without a doubt, unequivocally, Seattle, Washington. That is it.
We got to get your girlfriend over here to see you in Seattle, and she would probably be really stoked on this.
Oh yeah, it would be very fun. We talk about it quite often. Like we want to kind of plan a trip and make a weekend, because she's never been up here, so I want to go do the sites.
Yeah.
I've done them 1,000 times, but I don't. Showing somebody new, I love that.
That's
special,
yeah,
especially if we could go up and see some of Whidbey and like the islands up there. Maybe take a ferry ride or something. I think that stuff would be sick, man. It's the sites up here in the Northwest, they are unbelievable.
All right, man. So we've asked you this before, but let's reiterate it. Pick a scar on your body, show us if you can, and tell us a story of how you got the scar.
Oh man.
Actually, you know what? Let's do something different. Pick a tattoo on your body and tell us about the tattoo.
How do I?
Who's on your knuckles?
Who's on my?
Show.
So all the faces that are on my hands. So I got an alien right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. I got a little alien. Actually, that's a lucha mask. It's actually Dr. Wagner.
Nice.
And then this was Johnny Cash's face, but I don't know if you're familiar with knuckle tattoos, but they don't hold very well. So his face totally fell off. So he kind of turned it into a skull. It's actually a Seattle artist, Greg. He used to tattoo at Slave of the Needle, but he actually has his own studio now that he does. But phenomenal artist. He's actually from up here. Everybody always asks me, where you get your tattoos from? They're always disappointed. And then I actually got the Nature Boy Ric Flair on my finger right there. And then the last face, that's my boy Langston. I always joked about it when we were kids. I was always just like, I want to put your face on me, because I was getting tattoos like crazy. I was like, I'll tattoo your face on me. And so one day I just did it. I sent him a photo, and I think he about shit himself when he saw it. So very good friends. That's my boy. But yeah, I got a bunch of tattoos and scars and all kinds of crazy stuff. So
Last question. Best Creed song.
I really have been listening to What If. That, what if you now, that song killing me. So that one's been hitting hard lately. But I mean, I don't know if you could just limit it to one. Like when I was in the Navy, my buddies, if they watch this, Cooper, Mike, and then Matt Smith. Dan would sing it too, but it was a different deployment. We started doing it when we were in Greece, but we were on the plane and we would just get on all net and we just sing higher. My buddy Mike would just lay into it, man. It was one of the funniest things ever, and I have so many fond memories of that, which is probably another reason why I'm going to see the concert.
Where are you going to it?
Yeah, just because it's sentimental value, and that's my boys.
All right, let's have a little bit of fun to end this. I'm going to ask you two new metal bands. Tell me which one's better, okay?
Oh, man.
Godsmack or Stained?
Oh, man. Godsmack. I've been listening to a lot of Godsmack lately. I'm not trying to sound rude, but yeah, I've been listening to a lot of them, their newer stuff. It's it kind of reminds me of stuff that they would have on Monday Night Raw. I'm sure they've probably put some of that stuff on there, but it's kind of got that Papa Roach Shinedown feel. Some of their newer stuff. I don't know if you've listened to it, but it's got that really weird feel. So I've been listening to a lot of them lately.
They were on every Navy commercial for 20 years, dude.
Oh yeah, man. That's also probably ingrained in my brain. Also, my dad used to listen to Godsmack, that voodoo song. My God, man. I think that was played it every time I got in the car with my dad. I'm not. Oh.
All right, Drowning Pool or Buck Cherry?
Oh man. Again, I'm gonna pick stuff that just always relates to wrestling, but like Drowning Pool, man, like I don't know. I gotta go with them for sure.
Okay, Corn or Limp Bizkit?
Oh, Limp Bizkit, bro, all day. I'm sorry, Corn fans, but I love Limp Bizkit, dude. Okay. Love Limp Bizkit. They are still on my gym podcast or my gym playlist.
Creed or Limp Bizkit?
Oh, that's what we're aiming at. Man. Just because I'm not seeing them in concert, I'll have to say Limp Bizkit because I'm going to want to. And also, man, just Undertaker coming out fucking keep rolling, roll. That shit just fucking every single time. This is probably why I fucking do all this, you know.
I love it. Dude, that was a fun one. SCHAFF, thank you, man.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you.
Hell yeah. Defiant Ones.
That was fun, man.
Life at your